Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 10 in my top 30 Southern Rock album countdown. We've been doing it each and every day here throughout the month of June. I'm laying down my favorite 30 albums of Southern Rock, and we're at number 10, steamrolling, marching, running towards number 1. This particular album, really great one. It's actually the second time that this band has found its way onto my list this month. This is their debut album, released June 27, 1995 for Relativity Records, produced by Michael Barbiero, recorded at Bearsville Studios in Woodstock, New York, finished up at River Sound in New York City. I'm talking about the self-titled album from Government Mule. That's right. Power trio of doom, released while Warren Haynes on guitars and vocals and Alan Woody on bass were still in the Allman Brothers. Matt Apps on drums. Okay, you got John Popper and Hook Herrera showing up briefly, playing a little harmonica, my favorite instrument of all time. But yeah, this is, I remember when this album hit, kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, wow, I love this. It's southern, but it's rocking, fairly heavy. This is like blues rock with attitude, with lots of thump. Obviously, Warren Haynes and the rest of the guys big fans of a lot of the heavy British blues rock bands of the 70s. So there's a huge influence on this album from bands like Free and Bad Company and Humble Pie, maybe a little Led Zeppelin too. But, of course, these guys were from the South, and you can also hear a lot of influences from the Allmans, right? Especially like the first two Allman Brothers albums, right? Way back when. Maybe a little Skynyrd here and there, maybe a little Blackfoot. So it's got that southern feel, but very heavily influenced by the British blues rock movement of the 70s. So what do you got? You got great stuff on here. Let's again show the album. There are the guys right there. Kicks things off with a cool little piece called Grinning in Your Face, but that moves into the Mammoth Mother Earth, which 8 minutes and change, got some face-melting guitar work from Warren Haynes. And what a great singer, too. I gotta throw that out there, because Warren, very talented guitar player, but he's also a great singer. And, of course, the great rhythm section, tons of heavy grooves on this album. After Mother Earth, you got Rockin' Horse, killer song, co-written with Greg Allman and Jack Pearson. In fact, they would later re-record Rockin' Horse on the very last Allman Brothers album that was released before the guys decided to kind of pack it in. Rockin' Horse, great up-tempo rockin' song, right? You got the equally fun and hard and heavy Monkey Hill. That then leads into Temporary Saint, another killer song with a great vocal. All right, then you got Train. Train is absolutely amazing, and also showed that this band could do like kind of psychedelic fusion stuff as well. They would occasionally dip into some pretty wacky instrumentals, and this is definitely one of them. Train, of course, dedicated to John Coltrane. And it's just got some amazing guitar work on it from Warren, as well as some intricate bass lines from Alan Woody. Killer song. Then you got There's My Mule, right? The great song Mule. Where's my 40 acres? Where's my mule? Where's my 40 acres, right? Just killer heavy song with some great riffs on that. What else you got? You got Dolphineus, cool little acoustic piece. You got Painted Silverlight. Really good, heartfelt, bluesy, emotional number. Again, hitting on the great vocals of Warren Haynes. They do a cover of the excellent Free song, Mr. Big. Da-da-da, ba, da-da-da, ba, ba. Great cover. Then you got Left Coast Groovies. Okay, for FZ. I'm assuming we're talking about Frank Zappa. The song doesn't really sound Zappa-ish much at all. But Left Coast Grooves, if you read the lyrics, you kind of get the little hints there. It's all about the world of Frank Zappa, and there's that cool little passage that they throw in there throughout the song that's got kind of, reminds you of some of the complex Zappa stuff. And then you got the big, robust, moody, epic closer, World of Difference. Again, some killer guitar work, great vocals, big riffing, pounding drums, 10 minutes long. Absolutely incredible. The band Government Mule would probably dip into material that's more associated with southern rock on subsequent albums, especially like after like the third album, and in more recent years they do lots of bluesy stuff mixed with funk, mixed with rock, slide guitars and little bits of Hammond organ and piano and things like that, and because they did add a fourth member at some point. We lost Alan Woody along the way, unfortunately, but I still, even though this is probably one of the heavier albums and definitely from a blues rock perspective, one of the beefiest albums that you're ever going to hear from a southern band, definitely belongs here on this list. And I love it, love it, love it, love it. I dig most, if not all, the Government Mule albums quite a bit. And as you saw, their second album appeared on this list a little bit earlier in the month. But for me, it's always going to be about that first one, always the best. I still remember when this album hit, I was just absolutely blown away. I was, a fan of Warren from his couple albums he did with the Allmans, and then this came out, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of a game changer for me. And they really loved what they were doing in this band so much that he and Alan left the Allmans, to do this full time. Warren eventually came back. Of course, Alan passed away. Warren came back to the Allmans and finished out did both simultaneously. It was a point in time where Warren basically decided, well, you know what, I can probably do 2, maybe 3 or more musical projects at the same time, and that's what he did. He was doing the Mule and the Allmans and guesting here and there and doing solo stuff. I mean, the guy is one of the busiest musicians on the planet, and he made it work. But they went out and he just did Government Mule for a few years, and really made this band a force to be reckoned with. So Government Mule, self-titled, my number 10. What is your number 10? What do you think of this album, and what is your number 10 for today? That's what your responsibility, dear viewer. So put that down in the comments below, and visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together all the damn time. Coming up tomorrow, we break into the top 10. Number 9 is tomorrow, and number 8 after that, and we're going to march our way up to number 1. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please stay tuned tonight for In the Prog Seat. We're going to revisit those 2 albums excuse me, after the split in the world of Genesis. So Trick of the Tail and that first Peter Gabriel solo album, the first album they both did after they parted ways. We're going to kind of dissect each one of them and what we think, who did it better, which one we prefer. That's happening tonight on In the Prog Seat. So if you're a fan of those 2 albums, stay tuned, right? And other than that, please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell. We've also got the links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as our merch page where you can get all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff, hats and hoodies and shirts and t-shirts and coffee mugs and stickers and all sorts of fun stuff. So go check that out, and we'll see you tomorrow morning with album number 10 in my top 30 Southern Rock album countdown. Till then, I am Pete Pardo. Take care. Bye-bye.